Ok, camaradas, ¿qué tal? Vamos a avanzar con la lección correspondiente. Ya hemos visto a lo largo de esta unidad el Simple Past, así que vamos a seguir practicándolo. Para eso, permítanme compartirles mi pantalla para que leamos la lección correspondiente. Ok, y la tenemos aquí. Vamos a elegir lección 3E, que es la que nos corresponde. Ok. Y entonces la unidad del día de hoy se llama Myths and Legends y vamos a empezar con cada una de nuestras actividades. Aquí vamos. Vocabulary, listen and say, ok. Vamos, pay attention.
Giant,
Giant,
dragon,
dragon,
unicorn,
unicorn,
sea monster,
sea monster,
fairy,
fairy,
mermaid,
mermaid. Ok, dice aquí, now match each creature with the description. Explain the words in bold. Ok, so pay attention. It looks like a snake with a long neck, the sea monster. It's small with wings and magical powers, the fairy. It looks like a human, but it's huge and terrifies local people. Okay, giant. It looks like a horse with a single horn, unicorn. It can breathe fire, a dragon. And it's half human and half fish, a mermaid. Okay. Okie dokie, my friends. Let's continue. Then we have this exercise. Oops, let's go next. Okay, so pay attention.
Once there was a boy called Jack. Jack and his mother were very poor, so Jack went to the market to sell their last.
Okay, my friends, now we have the reading part. Okay, we have a tale, so please pay attention. I'm going to play this again. Okay.
Once there was a boy called Jack. Jack and his mother were very poor, so Jack went to the market to sell their last cow. He only got 5 beans for it, and his mother was very angry. She threw the beans out of the window. The next morning, there was a huge beanstalk outside, reaching up into the clouds. Jack climbed to the top and found a giant's castle. The giant smelled the boy, but his wife hid the boy until he could escape. She also gave him some gold coins. The next time Jack went up the beanstalk, he stole a goose that laid golden eggs. On the last visit, Jack took a magic harp that could talk. It called out to the giant for help. The giant chased Jack down the beanstalk, but Jack cut down the beanstalk with an axe. The giant fell and died. After that, Jack was rich, and he lived happily with his mother.
Okay, my friends, then we have the story of Jack. Okay. So let's continue. Vamos a continuar, chicos. Okay. Okay, it says listening and reading. Look at the title of the text, the subheadings and the pictures. What is it? Each myth about. Okay, pay attention.
The first myth is about a giant called Bolster who terrified people. He fell in love with a girl and killed himself for her. The second myth is about a mermaid called Iara. A man went fishing with his father. She sang to him and pulled him under the water to be with her.
Okay, my friends, so these are basically the stories we have over there in our book. And let's see if we can see the readings. We cannot see them, it seems. Let me see. Well, no, it doesn't let us see. Okay, it says read the text again and complete the sentences. So my friends, we need to read both all of the texts. They are here, okay? And it says people all over the world love to tell stories of terrifying giants, magical unicorns, and mysterious mermaids. Here are two of these magical tales. Bolster the Giant. Bolster was so big that with one step he could travel 6 miles from hilltop to hilltop. He lived in Cornwall on the tip of England and terrified the locals, stealing sheep and even eating people. One day, though, he fell in love with a young girl called Agnes and asked her to marry him. Agnes didn't want to, so she tried to think of a way to get rid of him for good. She asked him to do dangerous things to win her love, but nothing worked. So she had one last idea. She asked him to fill up a hole in a nearby cliff with his blood. Bolster agreed. After all, how much giant's blood does it take to fill a small hole? The hole, though, led down into the sea. All his blood ran into the sea, and that was the end of the evil giant. This is a very popular legend in Cornwall. Locals say you can still see a red stain on the cliffs at Chapel Port. Okay, the second story is called Creatures of Legend, Yara the Mermaid. In Brazil, the locals tell the myth of the mermaid Yara, who lives in the Amazon River. One night, a young man dreamed of a beautiful woman singing a sad song. The next day, he went fishing with his father and saw the woman from his dream in a hut floating on the water. She sang to him and he went to her. Too late, the man's father saw the woman had the long tail of a pink dolphin. She grabbed the young man and dived into the water with him. His father never saw him again. To this day, the locals still say that they sometimes see the mermaid swimming deep in the water. And when they hear the sad song of the mermaid Yara, they lock their doors and stay far away from the river. Okay, interesting story, my friends. So, well, we have already seen. It says read the text again and complete the sentences. Okay, so please, if you can, read by yourself and complete the sentences. Let's continue. Oh, I was forgetting this. Let's practice these words. Okay, let's practice some of this. Well, here we have some words that we have to practice. They say legend, terrifying, mysterious, tales, step, hilltop, tip, terrify, steal, fall in love, get rid of, for good, win, fill up, hole, cliff, blot, lead down, be the end of, stain, hot, float, grab, dive, to this day, deep, lock, far away. Okay, now let's go on. It says ask and answer questions based on the desk. And we're going to listen to stories again.
Where did Bolster the Giant live?
In Cornwall, on the tip of England. What did he steal?
He stole sheep. Who did he fall in love with?
A girl called Agnes. What did he ask her?
He asked her to marry him. Did Agnes want to?
No, she didn't. What did she do?
She asked him to fill a small hole with his blood. Did he do it?
Yes, he did. Where did the hole lead?
It led to the sea. What happened next?
He lost all his blood and died. Is this a popular legend?
Yes, it is. People say you can still see a red stain on the cliffs.
Okay, let's go for the second story.
Where did Yara the mermaid come from?
Brazil. Where did she live?
In the Amazon River. What did the young man dream about?
A beautiful woman singing a sad song. Where did he go the next day?
He went fishing. What did he see?
He saw the woman from his dream. What did she do?
She sang to him. What did he do?
He went towards her. Then what happened?
She grabbed him and pulled him under the water. What happened after that?
His father never saw him again. What do people say today?
They say they can sometimes see a mermaid in the water. What do they do if they hear Iara's sad song?
They lock their doors and stay away from the river.
Okay, my friends, so you can ask and answer questions about these two tales. Then we have choose words or phrases from the check these words box in the correct form to complete the sentences. Okay, here we have the words we have already pronounced, we have already said before, and then we have to complete all the sentences from 1 to 6. Okay, so please do it, my friends. And then finally, we have to foretell the story again, okay? So try to remember the tale and tell it to your partners or tell it by yourself to people from your house. Okay, finally it says match the highlighted adjectives in the text with their synonyms below. And we're going to check, for example, terrifying, scary, mysterious, strange, dangerous, unsafe, small, tiny, evil, wicked, popular, well-known, beautiful, gorgeous, sad, unhappy. Then it says, speaking on writing, do you think there is any truth in legends in the text? In 3 minutes, write a few sentences. Then read your sentences to the class. For example,
I don't think that the stories are true. I think people made these stories up for fun. People in the past didn't have television or movies, so they made up stories instead.
okay, my friends. Then it says, is there a story about a legendary creature in your country? Write a short text about it. Write its name, place it lives, what it looks like, the story about it, read it to the class. Okay, and for example, we have this.
Chipactli was a strange sea monster in Aztec mythology. The huge creature was half crocodile and half fish, and it lived at the bottom of the sea. The monster was very greedy and had many mouths on different parts of its body. When the Aztec gods created the world, bits of their work fell into the sea and Chipactli ate them. This made the gods angry. They decided to fight the monster and destroy it. In one story, the god Tezcatlipoca got too close and lost a foot before he killed the dangerous creature. Then they made the earth from the body of Chipactli.
Ok, my friends, so here we have the examples. No se olviden que hay que subir su actividad a Brightspace y si tienen dudas en el grupo de WhatsApp o en los comentarios de Brightspace.